Howdy. A month ago or something I made this video. Vatican pulls its money in. All of it. And then cosmic cycles and their relationship to clean cuts at Swiss banks. And I have been talking about the 30th of September, and we are now a little bit into October. And check it out. Big Swiss bank. Is the CS, Credit Suisse, threatened with collapse? The 5 most important questions and answers. October 27th is about everything for the big bank. Your investment bankers should be concerned now, says one banking expert. That's what it's about. Credit Suisse can't get out of the negative headlines. Investors and central banks are losing confidence in the big bank. The atmosphere among the employees is tense. Things are getting worse for Credit Suisse after the numerous scandals surrounding the bank. The share is falling more and more and again lost 10% on Monday. According to the Telegraph, the English central bank wants to monitor the major Swiss bank more closely because the CS leadership cannot calm investors. Many are already speculating on Twitter about the collapse of the bank. Both Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank are rumored to be on the brink of collapse. They have 2.7 trillion in assets under management between them. This could be our Lehman moment when shit really breaks. "20 Minutes says what the bank's problems are and how things could go now. Why is there a fuss? Investors no longer have confidence with the bank. The so-called credit default swaps, which they use to protect themselves against possible loan defaults, are higher than they have been since the financial crisis in 2008. CS wants to rebuild itself. According to rumors, the bank is planning mass redundancies. Yeah, Vatican pulls his money in. But CS boss Ulrich Körner does not want to inform about the future until October 27th, with the announcement of the quarterly figures. Yeah, I don't know, does it make any point to read the rest of that? Yeah, why not? What does CS do? The CS press department tries to calm down. She refers to a statement by her boss Ulrich Körner, who wrote to employees on Friday that Credit Suisse has a strong capital and liquidity position and a solid balance sheet. However, that was also the case shortly before the collapse of the US bank Lehman Brothers, which led to the 2008 financial crisis. According to a report by the Financial Times, the CS managers spent the weekend reassuring their major customers and investors. How realistic is a collapse of the CS? Emeritus bank professor Hans Geiger does not believe that this will happen. CS has more equity and liquid funds than UBS had in 2008 when it had to be rescued during the financial crisis. The Financial Market Authority also certifies it as having good values. But even if the CS Group were to collapse, the Swiss business would be secured thanks to the emergency plans. The Swiss business would be secured thanks to the emergency plans. Save energy. In addition, customer savings accounts would be insured up to 100,000 Swiss francs, according to Geiger. If you know anything about Switzerland, 100,000 isn't that much. which would be interesting to combine or compare this to other countries' savings. What does it mean 100,000 Swiss francs compared to the environment, social pressure and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, what does CS have to do now? According to Geiger, CS has a strategic problem with investment banking, which is far too big and with which it has never really made any money. Okay. What? You have to sell off 90% of the investment bank and focus on the profitable Swiss banking business. 90%. That's quite a lot. In addition, the bank took incredible risks in recent years. They did not have the risks under control. Are you a customer of CIA? I have been. What does this mean for employees? As an investment banker, you should now have concerns, says Geiger. According to an insider, the mood among the other employees is tense and the uncertainty is getting on their nerves. Every morning you follow the development of the bank's shares with suspense. If the stock continues to fall, the rating agencies will downgrade CS further. Then confidence will continue to fall and even more money will flow out of the bank, says the insider. Everything will therefore be at stake on October 27th. Everyone is hoping that the management will present a savior with the announcement of the quarterly figures, who will step in as an investor. Yeah. These are the CS candles. How does this work? In February 2020, Didier Thiam had to resign as a head of the CS after the espionage affair. Yes, banks, Switzerland, cosmic cycles. All very interesting. Is the CS threatened with collapse? Yeah, maybe. What do I know? But history tends to repeat itself. The Pope went back to Ur to bring back the keys because he probably knows that the age of Pisces is about to be over. They took all the money in, and which could be very important because, for example, just take South America. There are many religious people there. I mean, Christian religious people. And it is all in a way tied to the Vatican, which also has its fingers in the science, because in a way, originally, the peer review process got invented to check some writings first. If there's any blasphemy, if they don't agree with the church's view of how the world works, if it doesn't agree with those, then it won't get published or even burned. And this is a part of the whole peer review process. And the Queen died, and we have the modern science realm, in a way, is uniformitarianism. Like, as now, as before, so will be in the future. Nothing will ever change. It's always like this. There might be slight changes every now and then, but mainly everything is just like how it is, and it has been in the future. If something happened, it happened over such a long time span that there is no way to recreate any experiment. Like, you cannot do an experiment which lasts 150,000 years. Waiting there in front of a glass bottle and see if anything happens just doesn't work. Obscurance through the timeline issue. So I think it's very interesting to follow this. Credit Suisse, since we are living in the times we are, now that's from the Lehman Brothers. Check it out. Iron Mountain. So we are back in the electric universe, geology. Yeah, there is maybe also gold in the Iron Mountain. And once some time ago, it has been like that the money which is in the bank, there's as much gold somewhere that you can really prove that, yeah, this money has worth of a pound of gold. And iron, our blood is red because of the iron. It is very important in an electrical environment. And this dude is carrying out a box from his job where he was responsible for money, carrying a box where it's written Iron Mountain. That's very interesting. And maybe he's wearing a quartz clock, which refers to the piezoelectric properties of quartz itself. If you squeeze it, it will produce electricity. A factor which is maybe largely overseen in weather phenomena, geological happenings such as quakes and stuff like that. If there's an earthquake and a big quartz vein would get squeezed, this was now really hard to say, there will be emitted quite a lot of energy. And I think these kind of things, which are in the ground, invisible to our eyes, because they are in the bedrock, they could even ignite fires, wildfires, bog fires, peat fires, or maybe even buildings or whatsoever. Yeah, and that's very interesting to think about, especially in the age of gas pipelines. But anyway, I drifted off a bit. Iron Mountains, cosmic cycles, and Swiss banks. How neatly they all fit together. It's funny. Thanks, bye.